coach thinks it's all right. What about the guys here? I've always wanted to ask you about sprinting, Alberto. Your strong point.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you think of what Demar did, just moving across a little bit?
My opinion is not a problem. Laporte have a space for pass to him. He have legs. Okay, move a little bit to the left. But Demar, he has space.
So to you, Nico, Demar has no idea who is there. He moves across. The rules say you have to sprint in a straight line for the last 200 meters.
Yeah, but sprinters have their own rules, and I don't think there was anything dangerous. Of course, he knows who's on the wheels. They have the feeling, it's that's their job, and I don't think there was anything dangerous. It wasn't a big swerve. He only moved slightly out of it looks more dramatic on the TV. You can understand why Laporte is angry, but at the end of the day, I don't think it was anything more dangerous than the other days.
It's good to see you two guys making excuses for the sprinters. I like it. Okay, let's look forward to tomorrow now. Stage 19, into the mountains once again. Of course, we've got a time trial as well. I mean, Alberto, we talked a little bit earlier about the mountains tomorrow. How difficult is stage 19?
It's really difficult, no? Because it's not 65 kilometers, it's 200, and also have different climbs. Also at the start, we have 2 climbs of 4 category. That this can do that. Will be a big fight for take the break. And after we have a Aspen. It's a hard climb because it's for the part more hard, and also the Tourmalet. Tourmalet is where you can look maybe the creases of some riders. This in the kilometer 108, a little bit long from the finish line. Then for this maybe can give some respect to the riders for attacks, and the Soulor, the Obisque, with 3 climbs, and especially in the middle the Soulor is maybe the moment if you want try to look if somebody have a crisis or have a bad day. But it's the last opportunity for sure. Some teams and some riders will attack, especially maybe Movistar, and then we can look what is the legs of the different riders, if some riders have crisis or not, especially the first 4 riders of the GC.
And Nico, I guess one of the big issues is how much fatigue that the riders have now. And is there anybody in the peloton, is there a team who can put not just Geraint Thomas under pressure, but Team Sky under pressure?
I think so. I think Movistar for sure, and Lotto Jumbo as well, at least with their 2 top riders. But, obviously I think with the race there'll be riders that want to win the stage, and I think it'll be a hard race tomorrow, and it doesn't only matter about putting Sky under pressure, it's putting the whole bunch under pressure, and maybe, by a race scenario, creating a moment where one can be isolated, like the other day, a big group, Valverde bridges across, and it's not particularly Movistar who created the danger, but then they made the most of it. So, that's one thing that's going to be good tomorrow is there's a lot of mountains on the way, a lot of opportunities to kind of break the race. And I think, it's last chance for a lot of these guys, and I think, a lot of the teams have nothing to lose and they would just want to go for it.
Okay, well, let's hear now from the yellow jersey, Geraint Thomas. He's with Matt Stevens.
Okay. Geraint, would you have imagined heading into the last mountain stage of the Tour de France, you'd have Chris Froome riding by your side as a domestique deluxe?
No. I think it's just been a crazy tour, really, and so far so good. Hopefully we can just keep it going now. It's just the last road stage, and so all the boys will go all in and really commit to it and keep doing what we've been doing, and hopefully we can get through.
Into the final time trial after tomorrow, are you pretty happy with the time gaps you've got between Roglic and Dumoulin in particular? Or if there's an opportunity tomorrow, will you try and attack again?
If there's an opportunity, for sure, you'd always take it, but it won't be... there's no stress to go out and try and gain more time. We're expecting a lot of guys to try and gain back time on me. So, we'll just have to stay vigilant and, like I say, just keep doing what we've been doing.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Yeah, Geraint Thomas pretty relaxed there. How much does it change the fact that it's a downhill finish tomorrow, not a summit finish?
Bueno, normally if it's dry, change, but it's not a big difference. Of course, finish at the top, need to try to follow some riders if attack to you at the descent, and you have a less risk, no, especially for a crash. But if it's dry, okay, the descent always is a descent, but it's not a big problem.
And Sky in an enviable position, Nico, in that Geraint has 1 minute and 59 seconds on Tom Dumoulin, and if Dumoulin wants to make up time in the time trial, he has to be closer.
I think so. I think, I can't see Geraint Thomas losing 2 minutes on the final time trial, but obviously, tomorrow is Dumoulin would have to be more aggressive if he wants to go for the win. If he wants to consolidate his second place, well, I think he's going to have to ride, depending on how Froome is, and obviously how Quintana, Landa, and obviously Krosik and company are reacting as well, But, we saw Roglic being very good yesterday. He's also a good descender. I can see him attacking tomorrow on the last climb and trying to go for it.
And also maybe a day for a breakaway. Michelson Scott, I'm sure, will be keen on that. Let's hear from their director sportive, Matt White.
Matt, one more mountain stage to go in the Tour de France. Still without a stage win, but that's not without trying. Clearly, Adam and both Mikel and Nieve looking very good. Another opportunity for you guys tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. I think the difference between tomorrow's stage and a couple of days ago is it's a lot tougher before we get to the mountains. There's a couple of Cat 4 climbs, and I think the fatigue level has caught up with everyone, so I think the break should go a lot earlier than the other day. It wouldn't be hard. It was more than 100 kilometres the day before, so it's still going to be a big battle to get into the breakaway. And then we'll see how Sky want to control the break, if they've got a chance or not.
And how's Adam recovering from his injuries?
Look, actually, we're really pleased because I'm really surprised he didn't break something. He went down so hard on that left side. And look, he's still stiff and a bit sore, obviously. But it could have been a lot worse, and we've got a couple of days to go, and we're going to put everything into it.
Stepping away from Michelin Scott for a minute, your view on the general classification. Have you been impressed with the performance of Geraint Thomas? Has it surprised you at all?
Surprised me, no. I think G's been waiting for this his whole life, and I think he's ready to win the Tour de France. I think it's going to be a big battle between those guys, but the position that G's in at the moment is pole position, and I'm really intrigued to see who is going to arrive on the podium because Chris is obviously a class act. He's done a lot over the years. Is he in the best form of his life? We'll see. Maybe not. Dumoulin. He's also done the Giro, world's now #1 time trialer in the world. And then the big surprise bracket is Roglic. He's had an incredible season, and but this is the first time he's done general classification. And he's a dark horse for the time trial. General classification to crash G, I don't think so. But for the win, maybe.
Thanks very much. Azo.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, interesting views from Matt White there. He was talking more about who's on the podium rather than who's going to win. What do you think Chris Froome will be like tomorrow? I mean, it's a big blow for him not to win the title here, which looks likely.
I think that for him is now the situation is perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, if don't change, is better because if change, probably is that more rider maybe is in front of him because now he need to work for the others, and normally Dumoulin and Roglic will answer well, and he cannot move for try to attack or put time to the other riders for stay at the podium, and his option of podium, in my opinion, will be in the time trial. With Roglic and Dumoulin, will be a difficult stay in the podium, but can be possible. But I think have a good situation now, and if don't change, it's a good news for him.
And Nico, do you think for Chris Froome and the way that the crowd have responded to him, some of the troubles that he's had here, and obviously before the Tour, would it almost be better for him not to be on the podium, to be away from the booing, to be away from the spotlight? Might that play on his mind?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he cares about the booing or whatever, that would be forgotten, or he would forget about it when he's on the podium or in a couple of days afterwards, but obviously it's not something to be enjoyed, and he's not going to enjoy being booed, but I don't think he's going to purposely step off the podium not to be booed for.
Another guy tomorrow who may animate things, Nairo Quintana. We can take a look at that crash now. It was during the time when some of your old teammates from Trek were trying to make a bit of a break, weren't they? We had Gergel and Stuyven, and at the back of the peloton, Nairo went down, obviously having some attention there on the medical car. He finished safely amongst the group, but it's the sort of thing which maybe has a little effect for tomorrow, for Nairo, maybe?
Yeah, for sure don't help. At the final, when you have a crash, the next day you feel also not only with the impact, also because with the body when go to crash, block, and sometimes the muscles. The next day you don't feel very well. But okay, I think it's not very hard, but for sure don't help.
Okay, thank you very much, Alberto. Also, thank you to you, Nico. Highlights tonight of stage 18, 8 p.m. on Eurosport 1, a victory for Demar. And then tomorrow, the final stage in the mountain in the Pyrenees, 10:45 a.m. That is stage 19 on Friday. Geraint Thomas starting in yellow again. Thanks for your company once again. Thanks to these guys. Of course, no history was made. There is a French team which won a stage in this Tour de France, and Arnaud Demar took it for Française de Jeu. Tomorrow it's the mountains. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.